Hey, everyone. One of the challenges that I run into as a small business owner, sometimes we call it a solopreneur. We're the only ones working in our organization. The way that I've set up my business is to automatize, things so that I'm not having to manage every little piece of it. But one of the challenges that you run into is how do you get everything accomplished by yourself? And I've been talking about this particular topic for a period of time. And I just want to dig a little bit deeper into it today. And I'm actually going to share my screen here in a moment because I want to model what I'm talking about. As a small business owner, especially when you're getting started, when you start asking someone, how do you describe your product? How do you describe your service? How do you explain your pricing strategy? All of these things get really complicated. And I can tell you without a doubt, the majority of the time, people do not go into business for themselves because they just don't understand all of the little, bits and pieces. And that is where I try to come in and simplify things and explain things in, layman's terms. I don't try to use buzzwords and fancy concepts, although sometimes I have to mention the concept so that I can explain it in the layman's terms. And let's be honest, I've got I've got hundreds of books that talk about different nuances of business. And you could pick just a sliver of a piece of business and focus solely and wholly on that and spend your entire life studying that. For example, marketing strategy, branding strategy, pricing strategy, all of those you could just niche down into and spend your entire life studying it, and you could become the expert in it. But the problem is when you are a business owner, you have to be, a master of all things, right? And so what I want to talk to you about today is this concept of using technology to help you move things along more quickly. I have a colleague that I've been talking to about this concept, and I kept talking to him about this, and finally he had this revelation. And maybe I will get to do a session with him where we are talking back and forth and talking about our experiences as small business owners. I've had him on before in the past, but and he's had me on his programs as well. But what I want to talk to you about is this concept of artificial intelligence, Chat GPT. And yes, I know it's in the news. I know Elon Musk is against it. I know that, there's the good and evil of this idea of AI. And my hope is that we as humans will figure out how to harness this technology for good and not unleash evil upon ourselves, that we will find balance in the political rhetoric and all of that. So I'm going to stay apolitical at this moment, and I'm going to shove all that aside. And what I want to talk to you about is how to use technology to help you, how to use technology to launch you leagues ahead of where you are right now. And so what I want to do is show you Chat GPT. Now, if you want to get a hold of Chat GPT, I will put a link adjacent to this video. So no matter what platform you're looking at this video on, I'm going to try to include the link so that you can download Chat GPT. Now, there's other products out there. I also like Jounce, Jounce. Again, I'll put a link to that one as well. But there are literally hundreds and hundreds of different GPT products out there. I like Chat GPT at the time because, it's just something I've been using, but I also like Jounce because it has templates. So it'll ask you key questions. And so it's funneling you. So if you're like, I don't want to figure out what to write and how to write it, maybe Jounce is a better option for you. Now, keep in mind, Jounce only allows you to do so many words, I guess it is, in a month before you have to upgrade to one of their more premium products. So yes, there is a cost to that, but at the moment, Chat GPT is relatively free, although you can upgrade to the Plus, and the Plus offers some things like it's available even when the demand for the product is high. So in other words, there's no downtime. It even has a faster response speed. Now, I'm just going to let you know, I'm already impressed by how fast it is under the free plan, but you also get priority access to features, and that comes at a $20 a month fee. The free plan is available when the demand is low. In other words, you won't hit hiccups when it's, you know, a lot of users on there. It's going to give you standard response speed, which again, I think is extremely fast, and it'll give you the regular model updates. So you won't get some of the bells and whistles to start off with. But to get you started, you don't need all of that. So let me do this. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I already have this set up. Share screen. Where is it? We'll get there. Share screen. Here we go. All right. Now, when you load Chat GPT, you can either run it through your browser. I've actually downloaded the program onto my PC. I believe it's also available for OS, but I'm a PC guy, and so you're going to get this here. This is basically what Chat GPT is going to look like. Now you can see I've had some other things that I've been doing off to the side here. You can clear those out. You can either click new chat, or you can go down here. It says send a message, and that's where you type in. Now, before I type anything in, let me explain to you what I'm beginning to understand about Chat GPT. And please understand this. I am not the end-all be-all expert in this. I've only been playing with this for a couple of months. But that being said, with such a short period of time of me playing with it, let me show you what I've learned, and hopefully it will spur you on to do other things, maybe greater than me. But in the generalist of terms, it's Chat GPT. Now, I'm not going to go into what GPT stands for because, quite honestly, I don't know what it is. But let me explain to you this way. When you are communicating with this product, you're talking to it. You're talking to it as if you were speaking to an expert about something. So you're using direct, plain language when you're giving it a directive. It's as simple as that. So the hardest part about this is figuring out how to talk to ChatGPT to get out of it what you want. So this may require you to do some research on how to, or maybe you need to have some understanding of some of the pieces of what you're looking for before you get started. The other thing you can do is that you can do a simple search using the magic portal of google.com or any other magic portal that you choose, where you say, where you tell it, you do a search query like Chat GPT prompts for marketing, Chat GPT prompts for pricing strategies, Chat GPT prompts for small business startup strategies. And you will find a whole bunch of stuff. Now, there's going to be a lot of it where people are asking you to pay them, and there's going to be a lot of it that's out there free. You're going to find, if you go to youtube.com, you're going to find options. Now, the problem with that is if it's on video, you may have to pause and write stuff down. Sometimes you can get access to the closed caption that lists there, and you can copy and paste. But you're going to have to play with that. The point that I'm trying to make is there are resources available to you for free that you can find just by going to the magic World Wide Web and doing a simple search. Okay, that being said, I want to show you how simple this is and how quickly this works. I'm going to use an example where I'm trying to compare and contrast Amazon with 5 competitors. And I'm going to look at eBay, Etsy, Wish, Alibaba, and Temu. Now, you may not have ever heard of some of those. I hope you've heard of eBay and Etsy. Maybe you've never heard of Wish, Alibaba, or Temu. Well, those are other options out there, which Alibaba, if you know anything about it, they're a Chinese company. But I think Wish and Temu are in that similar vein. My point is, I'm just going to show you how this works doing a compare and contrast. Now, I've already typed this out in a Word document. and I've copied it. And so I'm going to paste it here. So let me just paste it here. And I'm going to show you what it says. Now I'm going to just, because I don't like that, I'm just going to get that into my dictionary. I want you to act like an analyst or an auditor. I'm telling ChatGPT how I want it to act. I want you to act as an analyst or an auditor. Now you can tell it that you want it to act. Here's another one that I did. Let me see if I can find where it is. I don't have it. I do have it here. Ready for this? I want you to act as the best small business startup consultant of all time. So what you're doing is you're telling it your expectations. You're telling the product, the software, your expectations of this. So let's go back to my statement here. I want you to act as an analyst or an auditor. I want you to perform an analysis of Amazon with the following top 5 competitors: eBay, Etsy, Wish, Alibaba, and Temu. I need you to assess. Now, again, when I'm saying I'm telling ChatGPT, I need you to assess the differences and similarities between Amazon and eBay, Etsy, Wish, Alibaba, and Temu. I need you to focus on pricing, market positioning, branding, and messaging. You see, I'm telling it what I want it to do an analysis of. Research the relevant market and analyze each brand to identify their key differences and similarities. And then I'm telling it I want it to present all the information in a detailed report that includes charts, graphs, and tables. Wow. And then finally, my last admonition to it, the last command that I'm giving it is, based on all of the information, let me know how Amazon can improve and what actionable steps we can take to make Amazon better than eBay, Etsy, Wish, Alibaba, and Temu. Now, before I run this analysis, I want to make it very clear to you. I'm not an employee of Amazon. I do have the ability to get money from them if I, list a link. So I'm an affiliate link with them, but I'm not an employee of Amazon. So what I'm about to show you is no bias at all. I'm just showing you what I'm getting ready to do. Now, the other thing I want to mention to you before we even run this analysis is that you can perform an analysis of and replace Amazon with your brand. Let's say you're an established brand. Let's say you have let's say your Origins, or you're the Body Shop, or your your Bath and Body Works, excuse me, and you want to find out who the top 5 competitors are. You can actually do a Google search for the top 10 competitors, or the top 10 natural, personal care products, or whatever, and you can list those there. You can do your brand against others. If you're a consultant, you could say, I want to do an analysis against Dr. Foster and these top 5 competitors, and you have to list who those are. So maybe you have in your mind who you want to do an analysis against. So you're in an area and you have a coffee shop, and you want to do an analysis between your company and that, and the top 3 or 4. Maybe you only have 2 coffee shops in the area, and they're regional coffee shops. Maybe one of them Starbucks. My point is, just because I said Etsy, Wish, Alibaba, Temu, eBay, Amazon, you can see where you can switch those out with something else. Okay, now that I've explained all that to you, I want to show you how fast this analysis is. I'm going to hit this little paper plane arrow. That's the go, right? Watch what happens. It puts my question at the top. Sure, I can provide an analysis of Amazon and its top competitors: eBay, Etsy, Wish, Alibaba, and Temu. Now it's going to break down pricing and market position and branding. Now, this is the standard speed, which to me is quite fast. Okay. And it's running a little bit slow because right now I'm recording this, but I've seen it run much quicker than this. Now, based on the analysis, there are a few areas where Amazon can improve to stay ahead of its competitors: differentiation, innovation, branding. Overall, Amazon is already a market leader in the e-commerce industry, and the company can stay ahead of its competitors by focusing on its strengths, investing in innovation, and reinforcing branding. Now, it didn't give me the charts that I wanted. I have run this before, and it's given me amazing charts. Let me just do. You can also regenerate the response. And then it gives you a caveat that this information is current up to 2021. The other thing I want to mention to you is anytime you see information in ChatGPT, because this is new and we're all still trying to figure out how to use this, you need to verify some of this information. So if you see statistics or whatever, maybe it's in your best interest to go ahead and verify that information. The other thing is, if you're a relatively small, unknown business, it may have a hard time doing an analysis on your business, so you may have to give it some more information. One of the cool things about ChatGPT is you can actually start to train it to understand who you are and what you're doing. So as you can see, this is running a little bit slower, but it's doing a comparison against each one of them at a time. It's Amazon, Etsy, Amazon versus Wish. So you can see this is a little more complex, and it did the top three and so forth. And so that gives you an example of how ChatGPT runs, and how you can enter in some prompts to to do that. Now, one of the things that I am getting ready to do is, I'm going to share this one more time. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, I talked about this in a TikTok video. So I'm going to show it to you. I did an analysis, so I can get rid of that, where I said that I wanted it to act as a research analyst to compare Instacart, DoorDash, and Uber Eats, and place in a chart the average hourly rate before and after expenses, as well as the daily rate before and after expenses, then include which are the best days and times for making money with Instacart, DoorDash, and Uber Eats. Now, I was doing this analysis to show basically a side hustle. And so, ChatGPT comes back, sure, I can assist you with that. And then it goes on to say, to begin with, I must clarify the hourly and daily rates for delivery drivers are vary based on various factors such as location, demands, tips, and promotions. So it's already giving you the caveat of, hey, this is an average. Don't take this as the actual amount. Therefore, it's difficult to give you a definitive answer for all drivers across all areas. Fair enough. That's the disclaimer. However, I can provide you with some general information to compare these three. Okay, here's a comparison chart, and it lists the companies, and here's the average hourly rate before expenses, after expenses, the average daily rate before expenses and after expenses. And you could see here that Instacart is $11 to $20 an hour before and $7 to $15 after expenses. What is an expense? Well, expenses would be gas, right? Average daily, you can make $80 to $160. Average after expenses, $56 to $120. Now, again, it gives you a caveat. Please keep in mind that these figures are approximate and can vary. Regarding the best days and times for making money, and then, by the way, this is the chart that I was talking about where it puts in a chart. Regarding the best days and times for making money, here are some general information based on the report. Instacart. The best days for making money with Instacart are usually weekends and holidays when people tend to order more groceries. And the best times are typically between 10 a.m. and 2 and 4 and 8. DoorDash, the busiest days for DoorDash are Friday through Sunday, and the best times are typically 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. However, it can vary depending on locations and demand. The other thing that I would say about DoorDash is, depending on your location and demand, like if you're in an area that's heavy with businesses, you might find that you're busier between the hours of, let's say, 10:30 and 1:30, the lunch crowd, right? And then Uber Eats, the best days for making money with Uber Eats, typically Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The best times are usually 11 to 2. That's that lunch time, and 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Again, that's dinner time. DoorDash is the same thing, the 5 to 9, because you're looking at people that are ordering food to be taken home. Now, and then it says, I hope this information helps you with your research. All right. My point is this, in all of this that I'm talking about, technology like ChatGPT is there to assist you. It's not meant to replace anything. It's supposed to help you do a better job in a more efficient, fast manner. When you're using ChatGPT, as I've already said, you need to make sure that you double check the information. Make sure that you're comfortable with the numbers that you're getting. The last thing you want to do is take for gospel what is being said. I think over time, ChatGPT is going to get really good. I did want to show you one more thing while I'm on this. Let me see if I can do this. I want to get, let's see if I can do this. Okay. Let me share my screen one more time. Maybe. Share screen. Here we go. All right. One other thing I wanted to show you is that you can actually add ChatGPT to your Chrome if you're a Chrome user. And here I did the top 10 American online retailers as a search. And you'll see over here that I have ChatGPT loaded into Google. I've actually logged into it. And whatever the search query is, it will actually put them over here as well. And you can copy and paste this and put it into a Word document. All right, let's say we want to do the top 10 personal care brands in the USA. Top 10 personal care brands. Oh, I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to type that. Now watch what happens over here on this side of the screen. Waiting for ChatGPT. Look what it starts doing. It starts telling you all of the information that you want over here, and it gives you a little more detail. Now, again, this is a tool to help you move along more quickly in your process. You could hone this in to say the top 10 natural. All right, how about the top 10 best natural personal care brand products? Personal brand products. It would help if I could learn to spell, right? Actually, it's more of the typing issue. And then what it does is it gives you, obviously, this information, and look what's happening. As an AI language, I cannot have personal preferences or opinions. And then it goes on, so that, it's giving you this caveat. But then it goes on to list it gives you a list of top rated natural personal care products. So let's say that you own a cosmetic company or a startup company where you're wanting to create cosmetics, or you have a soap business where you've been making soaps and lotions and bath gels and things, and you're wanting to go beyond doing this in your garage, and you want to look at who are the competitors out there. Now, there's a couple of things you can do with this. You can study these competitors and determine what you like about them and what you don't like about them. You can have ChatGPT give you comparison contrast of them, pricing, everything. When I started my very first business, it actually was a personal care product line. We had soaps, lotions, bath gels, and all that. And we chose to compete against Bath and Body Works, but we were offering it as a body shop type product. It was a natural product, but we were selling it at a Bath and Body Works pricing. And so that was our pricing schema that we came up with. But we studied some of these companies that were out there, and we understood what they were doing, and we understood their pricing models, and we picked it from there. So here's my point. No matter what you're going to do in business, you're going to have to do research, but using a product like, Google and using ChatGPT and other tools like that, it will really help you to move along the process, especially if you're writing a business plan or you're trying to come up with text to put on your website, or maybe even text to explain your product or service. These tools are powerful, and they will shave off literally hundreds and hundreds of hours of research and head banging against the wall to help you. Okay. I hope that this kind of peels back the curtain a little bit and helps you understand some of the tools that are available to you, and hopefully demystifies some of this stuff that's going out there. I think if you can mentally conceptually grasp what, just even if it's a centimeter, if you can grasp what ChatGPT does, what AI can do for you as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, I think that the power is nearly limitless. And as I told my colleague the other day, I was like, he and I, and us collectively, all of us, we haven't even scratched the surface of the ideas of what we can do with this AI. And by the way, AI is finding its way in all sorts of things. You can use AI in Microsoft products now. You can use it all in Google products now. It is finding its way into all sorts of places. And I'm going to tell you, the most common AI that you've probably been using for years and didn't even realize it, next to a search engine like Google, you've used AI and didn't even know it if you've ever used a word processor, because the spelling checker is artificial intelligence. If you've ever used Grammarly, which I am an educator, I've taught at universities, I use Grammarly. I've written books. I use Grammarly. I use the free version, by the way. I don't buy the more expensive side, but hey, if it's free, it's for me, right? Grammarly is artificial intelligence. It goes through and it gives you recommendations on how to better word something. It'll also point out spelling errors. And if you buy the more robust side of it, it will actually rewrite paragraphs for you. So with that being said, I hope this helps you. I hope this broadens your horizons and opens your mind to the possibilities of using a product like artificial intelligence, ChatGPT or Jounce, or whatever other flavor you find yourself craving in the AI world. Okay, that's all I have for you for this video. Again, look adjacent to this video for links and more information. And if you're interested in getting extra help, think about joining the Founders Circle. It is the mentoring group that I've got put together, and you can find that information over at our website at MaximumChange.com. And hopefully I'll be launching the Biziversity platform here soon for everybody. But right now, Biziversity is only available to members of the Founders Circle. Once I get Biziversity fully built out, you'll be able to buy, different courses a la carte. But if you join the Founders Circle, it will be included in the monthly membership fee. Yeah, that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a great day. Be well, stay safe, and use your brain. Think about the possibilities and get started on your business right away. See you soon.